everyone's experience is different. I'm not going to say that my experience has been bad, but I definitely don't think I've been given my dues, for sure. And I think there is favoritism. I think Bigg Boss definitely changed my life, because at least people get to know your personality. They get to know who you are rather than just a photograph or something they read in the newspaper. It's so nice because he'll be like, "Hi, Karishma," and I'm like, this person knows my name. This is just so cool, like, or whatever. Like, I definitely annoys my brother because he's like, how does everyone know your name? And he's really shocked. But yes, of course, when you're interviewing like the biggest star in the world, it's a great high. Hi guys, I'm Karishma Kotak and you are watching Bollywood Hungama.
Karishma Kotak, welcome back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
All right, so how's been London for you, and how's the pandemic situation currently?
I think it's much better now because London was in a fierce lockdown, I think, from December till April. So now, touch wood, everything's okay. Our lovely Indian team is also here in the UK, so there's a lot of cricket happening, a lot of things are happening. So it feels normal, but like you keep hearing of a third wave, so I'm now not listening to anything. I'm just making the most of no waves at the moment.
And you're fully vaccinated?
I'm fully vaccinated.
That's amazing.
Everyone should get vaccinated so we can travel.
Of course. And of late, since the last few months, you've turned rather philosophical about life, and I think pandemic has brought that change.
Yes, I think so. I think I'm sure it's probably the same for you and our viewers. I think your needs, wants, and desires all change. Family comes first. I also think when there hasn't been much work, so there was a phase where I was like, is this going to become normal? Do I have to change my career? What can I do next? So many things were on my mind. But I think I've just let everything be, because overthinking is not going to change the situation in life or in anyone's life. It is what it is, right?
Of course. And you are heavily into fitness, and I believe during the pandemic as well, you just found out ways of doing workout at home the way I think a lot of other people they did, that you can do a lot of stuff at home itself. But now you're back to gym once again. How important is fitness for you?
I actually haven't gone back to the gym, Faridoon. I've actually continued working out from home. Another thing that I've realized in the pandemic is that you can do everything at home. But I wake up, I do a HIIT session, or I do yoga, I do upper body or lower body, I do cardio, I take my dog for a walk. It is very important to me because I love to drink lovely, yummy wine. I like to eat good cheese. So therefore, there has to be a good balance. So I have to work out. It's important to keep moving and stay fit.
And then you started your day with a coffee, with a black coffee.
Yes. I just actually finished another coffee.
Right. So I was going through your Instagram and I saw that section of yours of workout, and I saw those spinning videos.
Yes.
So I thought that maybe you started going back to gym once again.
I have been doing spinning every now and then, you can just pay as you go. But I've completely stopped going to the gym. I'm doing everything at home. I've got my dumbbells over here, my kettlebells over here. I have my bar here. Obviously, I love the gym, but I think it just made me so active at home that I was like, I don't want to drive 10 minutes, park, go to the gym to do a 1-hour class. And time-wise, I think it's great. Obviously, when I'm traveling and I'm in different hotels, I will be using the gym.
So, Karishma, you recently celebrated 14 years of your first film, Shankar Dada Zindabad, a film with Chiranjeevi and directed by Prabhudeva. You started off with Kingfisher Calendar with Atul Kasbekar, and that's something that's always big for. And there's so many actresses who have made it big after that. Deepika Padukone is just one example. Many of your fans would feel that maybe you still not realize your optimum best. You started off with a bang. Shankar Dada Zindabad did well. It's a film that's still talked about. So, are you happy with the way your entire career moved forward?
Yeah, honestly, I think this is a very interesting question, and I sometimes think, I could have done this and I could have done that. But to be honest, I don't think I was actually given those opportunities. It's not like I didn't do the meetings. It's not like I didn't do the auditions. It's not like I don't know the right people. it would be like I would sign something and then it wouldn't happen. I would sign a movie and then I would be replaced by another known actress. I would do 4 auditions for the biggest production houses, get a contract, get a signing amount, and then somebody else has stepped into the project. So it would very much dishearten me because I feel, yes, I agree, I really could have probably been up there. But I think I've made peace with it because, again, like I said earlier, I haven't been able to control the situation. I haven't been able to say, ki chalo, ye wajah se ye nahi hua hai, or because of this has not happened. Whether it was diction, whether it was Kathak, whether it was going to meetings at 7 a.m., whether it's going to auditions at Aram Nagar 1, 2, I've done it all. And I have been signed by many big projects, for many big projects. And then the hero would pick somebody else who he prefers, or I would be dropped from a project and I would watch it on like a Zoom or read it on the newspaper that, okay, this so and so is doing the movie. I like where I am though now because I love cricket and I like everything that's happened after it. But I have to be honest with you, I really don't know what has happened somewhere.
No, because I'll tell you something honestly. We followed your career graph, and you always carried yourself with a lot of class and dignity, and you've always looked very good. You still look very good. But yes, I think it's interesting to know that you experienced certain things which were obviously must have been rather disheartening if once they did not work out. So all the news reports that we keep on hearing about certain incidents within the film industry that are not really conducive for maybe outsiders. So you mean to say that you experienced them personally? And you have
of course. Look, see, everyone's experience is different. I'm not going to say that my experience has been bad, but I definitely don't think I've been given my dues for sure. And I think there is favoritism, right? Like if somebody is a bankable star, I can understand why a producer will put that person in a project. I'm an educated girl, I understand these things, but yes, it is disheartening when you go for auditions after auditions and you go for meetings after meetings and you get a signing amount of 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs, and you're celebrating it with your family and your friends, and they're like, so what happened to that movie? And I'm like, well, somebody else is doing that movie. And it is tough. It is a tough industry, to be honest. It is very hard. I don't think people realize how hard it is to get a break, and even if you get a break, to sustain yourself, not just one movie, 2 years or 2 movies, to sustain yourself for 10, 15, 20 years, or if you work with one production house, to be signed by another production house. It's not easy. I don't think people realize like how tough it is.
And you said that the hero opts for some other actress. So
I've had so many different situations where I've been dropped because the hero preferred to work with this person, or this person is somebody's friend, or this person is somebody's sister. So there's never been a valid reason, right? Like there was never like, if you're going to say, KK, you're not doing this because, I don't think you're suitable for this role because we need somebody who's this type of looking, or her accent should be like this, I would be like, fine, that's great. I'll take that on the chin. Most of the time, I don't think even the A-listers know why they get dropped from projects. It's quite tough to say.
Do you find it a bit unprofessional as well? Coming from UK, I'm sure that it must have been something different from what.
I think it's much better now. I came to Bombay in 2005. I have to say now it's definitely very streamlined. You've got good agencies. You go for an audition. Things are done professionally, which was also done professionally with me. I've also gone to see all the casting directors, and they've all been lovely. I've never had any sleazy kind of incidences. That's not happened with me. I will just never know why I have signed like 7 projects and why they've not happened. Like so yes, unprofessional in the sense that in the UK, when you get given a brief, they'll be like, we're looking for a girl who's 25 to 35. She should be between 5'5" and 5'10". She should be a brunette or a blonde person. She should have dark eyes. The specifications are so specific that when you go for an audition, it's just you and 10 people who kind of look like you. But I think in Bombay, Mumbai, it's like everybody will go right to a casting call. But I think when you're with a good agency, again, it's streamlined again. If you're with a very good agent, it's not like you're with the Aam Janta. You understand, but then it's even more tough because you're like, I'm one of the only 4 people that are here. So what's the issue or what's going on?
Right. And then you did Bigg Boss.
Yes.
Many actors, they've revived their careers, courtesy Bigg Boss.
Yeah.
How did it help you? You were there for 80 days, I believe.
Yeah, honestly, it did. It changed my life because I think if you're good and the audience likes you, you will continue to get good work. But if you go on that show and you're loud and you're obnoxious, you might get attention short term, but long term, there's not going to be nothing much will come out of it. So I think Bigg Boss definitely changed my life because at least people get to know your personality. They get to know who you are rather than just a photograph or something they read in the newspaper. And I think it was the need of the hour. At that point, it was the right decision.
Right. So how did it impact as far as getting work is concerned? Did it help you in terms of?
Yeah, of course. I got so many brands after I left Bigg Boss. I auditioned for IPL. I got the IPL after Bigg Boss. And I think once you do an IPL, your life does change because once you're known as a good sports anchor or a good anchor, as you know, then you do so many corporate events, you host so many film awards, beauty awards, these awards, those awards, and I guess my niche became that, like what I went for, which was modeling and acting, became more anchoring, journalism and presenting, which I really, really love what I do.
And I believe doing an interview with Sachin Tendulkar is one of the high points that you've considered.
Oh my God, yes. And the thing is, it's so nice because he'll be like, "Hi, Karishma," and I'm like, "This person knows my name. This is just so cool." Like, or whatever. Like, it definitely annoys my brother because he's like, how does everyone know your name?" And he's really shocked. But yes, of course. I think, listen, we're living in UK. We all watch a lot of cricket because you become more patriotic towards India. So if India's playing England, India's playing Pakistan, it brings families together. You end up watching a lot of sports. So of course it's amazing. And live, as you know, live is live, right? No 2 days are the same. Anything can happen. So the adrenaline of being in a crowd of like 60,000 people screaming and your producer yelling in your ear and then you're interviewing like the biggest star in the world, it's a great high.
As far as the movies are concerned, you kept on doing movies sporadically, say Freaky Ali, for example, with Arbaz Khan. That is just one example. So the movies kept on happening, but maybe not the way you would have wanted.
Yeah, but I think that didn't happen but the thing is, maybe it was meant to be that way, right? Like maybe I think if you're open-minded, you can look at things like, I went to Bombay to do this, but look how much I got from that city. Like, look how much I got from it. So I don't look at it like that now because I'm quite lucky. Every few days I get an email like, "Karishma, we have a show on Netflix. We have something on Balaji. Would you be interested?" So now I think because I'm known as an anchor, it kind of works in a way that I don't have to audition or do any meetings. People just call me and it's just based on my date availability. So I take the acting part as fun now. Like, acha chalo, it's a different thing from anchoring. It's 20 days of work. I get to do something different out of my comfort zone. So I just look at it like that now.
All right. So you're saying things are much more professional now. And with this entire OTT advent that has happened and the revolution that has happened. So I think things are much different than what it was, and in many ways it's going to be the norm from here on. So would you want to experiment as far as maybe doing like a web show is concerned, or maybe, and do you feel that having had so much of experience, do you think that pitching yourself for certain characters and maybe lobbying for it, is that a good idea? The biggest of actors, they've done it.
Yeah, I think so. It's just I'm not in Bombay, so I don't really know which is the latest script that everyone's talking about. I'm sure you know more than I do, but I'm very much open to different things. Like I've always said this, and I think it's a very British kind of thing when you're an artist in England, whether you do a voiceover, whether you do a TV commercial, whether you do a photo shoot, it's work. So it's not like mujhe sirf yehi karna hai and that's it. It's not like that. So I would definitely want to. And sadly, the 2 things that I did sign because of the pandemic, it got delayed. And then when they came back to me, I've now been busy with my cricket stuff, which is now picked up over here. India's here, the team is here. So I'm pretty sure in the next few months, I will sign something interesting. Why not?
Something interesting. Okay. And tell us something about this show with Curtly and Rose.
So Sir Curtly, Ambrose and I have started a YouTube channel. It's called the Curtly and Karishma Show. We're very innovative with our names. And it's all everything that current affairs on cricket. So there's been a lot of cricket. There's been a lot of delays. So every week we have a different guest. We try and shoot once a week or once every 10 days. We started a couple of months ago and it's doing quite well. And I think it's definitely kept me going because I'm so used to traveling. Like I live in the UK, but I'm in India every 3 weeks and I'm always at some cricket stadium and it brings a bit of cricket to my bedroom, keeps me in the know. So I definitely enjoy that. And we interview amazing cricketers every week who come on our show and we discuss things. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's all tongue in cheek. It's fun. Hi guys, I'm Karishma Kotak and you are watching Bollywood Hungama.